I was really struggling in the first year after my dad had died, and school was really not a safe and happy place for me. And luckily, I was able to get connected with the school social worker who she would let me come into her office whenever I was having a panic attack or was having a bad day or just felt like I couldn't really get through class. And she would just let me sit with her and she would just listen and let me talk about everything that was going on. Sometimes she would just let me sit there and we would just work in silence. And she was really that first person that said, like, it's okay that you're grieving and it's okay that this loss is really hard and it's okay that you don't understand it and that you're feeling all these things at once. And she really helped me to kind of name what was going on and also normalize it and also start to kind of unpack all of those feelings of isolation at school and shame and guilt and just that overwhelming sadness. I think in those early days after my dad had died, and I remember she had mentioned to me, I think I can't even remember when, but she had mentioned that there was this grief center for kids that was running a grief camp um, at the end of the school year. And she said, would you be interested in me making a referral and connecting you with them? And I remember thinking, there's actually other people like me out there, and also being really terrified to like start that process and not knowing like what that was going to bring up or where that was going to lead me to. But I think at that point I was really, I don't want to say desperate, but I really just needed like people to talk to, and I needed somewhere to go, like a safe place to go to put all of those feelings somewhere, and start to unpack a lot of that grief. And so when she connected me with them, and I first went to Camp Aaron, and I remember like looking at all the people around me in that big circle in that first hour of camp and thinking, wow, like this is like really sad and dark, but this is also really wonderful because I never thought that I would be in this random camp in a random circle with all of these grieving people. And I remember that first experience at camp, like I was able to meet so many people, not just my age, but so many people with similar experiences and similar feelings at so many different stages of their life from all walks of life, we were all grieving in one way or another. And just being able to talk about it and actually like express it for the first time, where someone wasn't like, it's gonna be okay or it's gonna get better and all those, myths and euphemisms that come along with grief. And I just remember feeling like just a weight had been lifted off my shoulders, and that I was finally surrounded by like a community of people who just got it. So I think that was a huge, like I always say, that was a huge turning point for me in my grief, in finding that whole community of people who just really got it. Yeah.